Hello everyone, hello, happy greetings to you wherever you are. I hope and trust that you are doing well. I am outdoors, as you can see, by myself in a small cafe called Ultra Brasserie, and I really like coming here. It's located in the Dubai Marina Plaza, and I like their options because they offer vegan and vegetarian dishes, and many of their dishes are made very wholesome in terms of having whole food ingredients and no chemicals or added sugar or processing or other artificial foodstuffs. It's just the ingredients. Like if you get a porridge, it'll be banana with maple syrup and cinnamon and the oats, and you can request the kind of milk you like. So I like it here, and I wanted to make this video as I just finished what I ate, and I wanted to create this message with the idea that you may have routines and you may have your own habits, your own fixed habits. And hello to everyone who joins and tunes in. And whatever your routines are about food and eating, maybe you're very particular, maybe you're picky, maybe you are very selective, maybe you're thinking of making a diet change, you want to get in shape, you want to, hello Robert, you want to get healthier, you want to lose weight, or you want to build muscle, or whatever it is. It could just be for health reasons or for vanity, for aesthetic, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I personally can only speak from experience that I lived through, and I have my own very specific and set patterns and eating style. And for instance, I like to eat within like an 8-hour window or less, and sometimes it goes a little bit more. It can be 10-hour depending on my work day, depending on my schedule, and if I'm very hungry earlier. But I do tend to be very focused on that and concerned about that, and you might even say it's not obsessive because I'm willing to be flexible and change. So what I did today, I did something I never do. It's the weekend, and I decided to come out to a location, a cafe, and I decided to actually sit down and have something, a bite to eat, and to have a drink, a beverage, a hot beverage that I never have, because this one was a decaf mocha, and it was just topped with some foam. And I never do that because I make my tea at home and then I make it herbal, so I prefer to cut down on the caffeine. And I usually do not do, it's only in exceptional circumstances where I don't sleep because I have to wake up very early. So if I'm up early, then I know I can at least work out the caffeine throughout the day. So if I feel like I have to shake up my eating schedule, it kind of makes me anxious and nervous and scared because it's changing my routine. And my preference is to eat more of a high raw and vegan diet, but for the past 4 months I haven't done that exactly. I did 3 months where I was eating animal foods. I was eating animal proteins like eggs and fish and chicken and sometimes meat, but I'm not actually a big meat lover or eater, but more seafood and eggs and dairy and chicken. And after I did that, it was really hard to change back to vegan, even though that's what I really wanted to do, because I felt some slight discomforts in my joints after 3 months. And I did build more muscle. I felt like I got a little bit leaner and my body did some recomposition. So I did have better muscle mass after those 3 months. I still do. But in any case, the point is that I can personally feel anxious if I'm not able to control exactly the environment of where I'm eating or how I'm eating and what I'm eating. I prefer to have mostly raw vegan foods, like 90%, for personal reasons. And today though, I decided to do something different in order to have more of like a mental health balance. So this was more for my psychology, and just to do something different, because we get into these patterns of doing the same thing because we just get used to that. It becomes comfortable, it begins to feel safe, and it's what you only know and the only thing you want to do, even though you may want to change and you may want something different, but you don't, because it's just you. It's the momentum is more in what you have been doing, and that's what becomes more ingrained in your neural patterns, your neural pathways, and your habits, your behavior, your routine, your daily schedule. Everything becomes ingrained and more established and structured in that way. So whatever you're doing now that you've been doing for a long time, that's very much your habit and your routine and your pattern. So if you want to make a change, then we need to shift those patterns a little bit. And it could just be by doing something different once a week, by shifting your schedule in terms of what you eat once a week. So for me, that's what I did today. It's the weekend, and even though I would usually do the same thing, I would wake up, have my tea at home, and then go for a walk, and then go to the gym and exercise. And then by the time I get home, it can be I'll have celery juice or my green juice, and then I'll have my meal after that, after getting ready. So as you can see, it would probably be I would only start eating much later in the day. And I've also noticed that, and not just within me, but in other people, if they ever feel like they binge eat at night or they eat too many calories in one sitting, it can be because they're feeling obligated and compelled to eat a large amount of food and calories in a small window of time, because you don't have any other time to eat. So you either don't eat at all, or you have very, very much restricted caloric intake for the day. So it becomes sort of like this catch-22 pressure stress, where you need to eat, but you only have a certain window to eat it, but you also don't want to stuff yourself. But eventually you can stuff yourself because there's no other alternative. Otherwise you either eat or you don't. And depending on what you're eating, then you can either be stimulated because of the chemicals in those foods, which release endorphins in your brain, to eat even more than you'd actually be just comfortably satiated with. So today I brought myself to this cafe, Ultra Brasserie. I had a decaf mocha latte, skinny mocha cappuccino. But it was really just a mocha coffee because I didn't want the milk inside. It's just the foam on the surface. And I had half a slice of their beetroot quinoa cake, which is the one that I prefer because it just has beetroot, quinoa, which has fiber and some protein, banana, and they put some peanut butter in it. So that gives it that deliciousness too. But there's no salt. So it's not like it's extremely highly palatable. And I enjoyed it, and I have to be very honest and say I did feel anxious. I felt scared, and the reason for that is because it's different from what I normally do. And so I would feel like I don't know how this food is going to affect my weight tomorrow. I don't know. Well, that's really my only concern. And if you're scared about gaining weight, if you're scared about anything related to your body changing, or you want to change the way you look, and then you feel like if I eat this, I'm scared that it'll make me gain weight. Well, on the one hand, it's better, the best thing is to not be scared of the food you're eating, because if you're scared and you have any tension or anxiety, like strong tension or anxiety as you're eating it, then you're really just doing a disservice, because the energy you're putting into it is not really giving you the good vibes for that food to just be peacefully accepted and to let it nourish your body. So it's the best thing we can do is to be in a place of ease and calmness and peace, and just accepting that you're choosing to do something different. And this is something in terms of in a situation where it's the unusual. It's not what you do every day. But even if you do, you can apply this concept, and it can overcome some anxiety you might feel, where you consciously decide and imbue this thing that you're eating and drinking with acceptance and peace and harmony, and just allow it to benefit you, to work for you. Like, for instance, I ate, the portion I had was moderate. It was half of a slice, and I know what's in it. It's not extremely rich. It's just wholesome. It's decent. It's reasonable. It's not decadent or anything like that. But it was satisfying, and it satisfies that need for change and variety and to shake things up, so that when you're home, if you're alone or just at home in general with your family, you can feel bored sometimes, and then you just decide that food is what you want to make you excited. And as opposed to that being our default, which can lead to unhealthy relationships with food and with our body, it's nice if you can be in a place where you say, I'm going to do something different, and enjoy it in peace and harmony and gratitude that I'm able to even buy this food, that I can even sit here and enjoy it. And I felt so good as I was enjoying it with my beverage of choice. No one forced me to do this. It was a choice. So acknowledge that these are choices that we are making. That's one thing. Acknowledge that this is your choice, and the reason you're making this choice is because it's benefiting you. It's bringing you a blessing. It's bringing you nourishment and health and vitality, because you're choosing the very best for your body. And you're choosing to accept yourself as you are in this moment, and to be in peace with how you are, what you look like, what your body is. And just because you accept what it is, it doesn't mean it's not going to change for the better, for what you decide is better for you or desirable. It just means that you're not fighting yourself and you're not hating on yourself. And that's really the most important thing, is to not hate on yourself or hate your body, but to appreciate what it does for you, and to appreciate the foods you are eating that are healthy, wholesome, nourishing, high in fiber, high in vitamins, minerals, nutrients, a good composition of balanced fats and carbohydrates and proteins overall. But it's ultimately what works within your nutritional needs, right? Some people do high fat, some people do, which is the keto thing. Some people do the vegan thing, some want to do the raw vegan thing, like me. And some are a mix, omnivorous diet. It just depends on you. There's no better or worse. I will say that it's ideal and optimal to reduce the chemicals and processing of the foods that you do consume, and the packaging of foods. So reducing packaged foods and chemicalized foods processed in machine factories and processing food plants. So having wholesome, nourishing foods and being grateful for the opportunity, and knowing that whatever you're eating is giving you the energy to work out, to exercise, to be thinking, to be fit, to think well, to sleep well, to have hormonal balance and stability. And those things also have to matter, not just what you look like and not just what you weigh, but also, you know, how your body's functioning and feeling, so you're not just exhausted every day, so your hair remains healthy and strong, so you have beautiful, like, smooth skin, nourished skin that's not dehydrated but supple and hydrated. Make sure that you're drinking water throughout the day and not losing perspective and balance, you know, knowing that this is one meal in a large scheme, in a year of meals that you're having in a lifetime. And as long as we're having mostly predominantly the foods that we know are aligned with health and wellness and vitality, the more we will be able to stay in peace and equanimity and thriving. So that's really what I say to myself, is I just notice the thoughts of anxiety as they come, like, oh, this feels different, this is different, how is this food going to affect my weight? Also feeling like now I'm not, like, because I had something cooked, the whole day is not totally like raw as a vegan, raw vegan, but just accepting that it's okay, I can continue. And the reason I give my example is because you can apply your own eating style. Like, you could say, for instance, if you had chocolate cake in the morning and you're on this diet, or this eating plan where you're like, well, I'm not really planning or scheduled or supposed to have chocolate cake or whatever treat you had, or a pastry, or like an overindulgent or over calorific breakfast or something, or whatever it is for you. Just acknowledging, it's only one meal, and I'm going to continue and stay on track. I'm going to get back on the horse with my next meal. And that's it. And this is only a snapshot of what was done. And I'm not going to dwell in that or ruminate on those thoughts, but we're going to stay in peace and in calmness, and just maintain our balance and release the anxiety. Just know that it's only a thought. And if you really interrogate that thought and you question it, you will find out that it's not the end of the world, that there's a next opportunity and a next day, and only time will tell. Don't make yourself scared in the present today about something that might happen in the future. Thank you. So that's something really important for all situations. Don't scare yourself now about something that might happen in the future, because you don't know. It could be better than you think. It could work out even better than you imagine. And the truth is that you only can determine what's really the best for you and ideal for you through a process of experimentation. And that's life, self-experimentation. Your curiosity will lead you to try out new things, and it will feel scary at first. It might hurt you. You might feel negative consequences, or you might feel really positive consequences. But the point is that you only really know what's better for you by knowing what's not so great for you. So that's really what I'm moving forward with, is just accepting that it's done. Whatever has happened, and it's over. And now you're going to keep going and enjoy your day. If you're exercising, you're going to exercise and stay active. You're going to, if it's your rest day, then you're going to rest and keep your peace of mind and equanimity. You're going to continue and go about your schedule. Stay in peace. Stay in calm. Take deep breaths, and remember that acceptance is the first thing. Because if you deprive yourself for a very long time, if you restrict yourself for a very long time, you're going to feel that deprivation and restriction impacting you psychologically. It takes a lot of energy and effort and stress to maintain this deprivation and restriction mindset and attitude and behavior. It's so hard sometimes to say no, no, no to things, which is why controlling your environment is really helpful if you're at home. You can't control your environment always when you're outdoors. So just manage your environment intelligently and discerningly when you are at home in a place that you can control, because your home is your only space and domain of control. If you live with a family, that might be more challenging, but you can still have your own areas within the house that are your own designated, controlled areas. So it's a work in progress for all of us. It's never really done. And I think that another thing that helps me is to identify what you want, what is your goal and intention, and then the plan that you're going to follow that will fall into place, okay? And just keep the hope, keep the inspiration, stay focused, stay calm, know what you want, look forward into it like your guiding North Star. And even when you veer off course, just know that you're bringing the ship back in line with your true north, with your line of sight, with your goal and your focus and your vision. And the plan is there, but you just have to continue following the ocean line. And on the ocean, the waters get choppy sometimes, and that is only the turbulence of your thoughts. And then life as well, the unknowns, the mysteries, the scary moments. And if you feel scared about eating something, or eating something at a different time, or whatever it is with food, just remember that you're not alone, and you just take a breath in and move forward in your day. Let it go, move on. It's over. And now it's important to understand the behavior that you have, why you did it, what can you learn from it, what has this taught you, what is the experience and the education that you're taking away from that, and then absorbing that learning and lesson like a homework assignment, and now handing in your homework assignment and moving forward so that you complete your next task and your next mission. Okay? So that's it for now, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day. Thank you, my friend. I'm really happy I came here because the service is so wonderful and they are so great and helpful and they accommodate your needs, and I'm very picky, as you might know. So that's it. I'm going to move forward. I felt the anxiety, but turn your pain into something beneficial, and just know that the more you dwell in fear and pain and thoughts of that, the more it's going to remain your truth. But if you just let it go, move on, and know that that's only a thought. It's like a cloud on the blip of the sky and like a wave on the vast, fathomless ocean. You just move forward with your own spirit of you personally and acceptance. So sending you lots of love. I hope this helps you, and see you next time. Bye for now from Jennifer at Personal Power Wellness Life Coaching, and happy life and happy weekends and happy holidays. It's the end of the year time. Enjoy it, and many blessings. God bless you. Bye for now. Thank you.